So Disney's Moana just came out recently, and think piece writers and bloggers have been hailing it as a kind of feminist masterpiece, which I don't think is totally fair. First of all, a lot of the recent Disney princess movies have starred heroines that are really pretty active and strong characters, so I don't know if Moana's really bucking the trend in that respect. And also, I don't really think Moana is a masterpiece. It's good, don't get me wrong, it's actually really, really good, but I don't know if it's quite as perfect as a lot of these writers are claiming it is. It does break new ground for a Disney princess movie in that its princess, Moana, is, well, not actually a princess, and also is a Pacific Islander. She goes on a quest to find Maui, a demigod who is played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which I don't know if that's officially what he's called anymore. She finds him in an effort to restore the heart of the ocean, which Maui stole long ago to gift humanity with the power to create life. The central quest in the movie, I think, is one of its strongest elements because it kind of allows the film to take on almost like a swashbuckling adventure genre, which is kind of unique because I feel like most Disney princess films don't really become genre pictures. I feel like this is something that Disney princess movies should do more often because taking on a specific genre kind of helped give Moana its own identity as a movie, and I feel like most Disney films don't do that, at least not most of like the core princess films. Mulan would be kind of an exception because that's sort of a historical epic and a war movie, but otherwise I can't really think of too many examples of that. Another instance in which the film kind of has its own voice is the various songs. A bunch of people worked on the music for the film, but a lot of the songs were written by Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton fame. And I think this was a good move because it gave the film kind of its own musical voice. It felt like a Disney movie, but it had its own personality that kind of carried it through. And I appreciated that. As good as the other Disney songs are, it didn't feel quite as homogenous as some of those can get. So there's a whole cast of characters that's introduced. There's Moana, who's a very brave and headstrong, but not in like a foolishly headstrong way, who's played by a newcomer, a high school student that they cast called Auli'i Cravalho. It's got Dwayne Johnson as Maui. It's also got Alan Tudyk of Firefly fame and a bunch of other Disney films at this point as Hey Hey the Rooster.
I went to Julia.
Who is a unique animal sidekick character also because he's incredibly stupid. Like, not charmingly goofy stupid, like almost dangerous stupid. Like, if you look away from him for a few minutes and you look back, you don't know whether he's maybe just eaten a pile of rocks or jumped off the boat and fallen into the ocean. And that kind of weird manic stupidity was unique and kind of enjoyable. I like that a lot. There were a couple facets of it that I didn't think were executed quite as well as they could have been, because the movie is visually gorgeous, it has lots of personality, and it's unique in a lot of ways, but at the same time, I think it, not to the same extent, but it had kind of the Big Hero 6 problem of trying to cram its storyline into the beat-for-beat plot that a lot of movies stick to. I think the plot moves pretty well for the most part. It's not too fast or too slow, though at times I wish they kind of took a few more pauses to develop the characters. Maui's background and storyline and his motivation is interesting, but it's kind of rushed through by the movie as they're going to the next adventure beat. That's sort of the problem that Big Hero 6 had, and that Wreck-It Ralph didn't. Wreck-It Ralph kind of slowed down and gave us some more character moments, and I feel like Moana probably could have taken a few more breathers and given us some more development for its heroes. They're well defined and well characterized, but I don't think they're quite as deep as they could have been. So I honestly don't know if Moana is a new revolutionary feminist step for the Disney company. I don't think it's perfect, especially in the way that it tells its story and doles out information to the audience, but it's a good example of how unique and interesting a Disney princess movie can be. And honestly, I think we need more of those. So I would give this one a solid 8.5 out of 10. It's got some shortcomings, but overall it's moving and it's fun, and in that regard, really, I'd consider it a pretty significant success.